right. How's everybody doing today? How many people we got here? Anybody? Anybody here yet? We'll wait until people come in. Ape strong. Am I first today? Second. Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. Everybody that is here, make sure you hit the like button as soon as you get in here. Before you send that comment, hit the like button. Yo, what's going on? Good morning, Matt. Say something. I've said something. What's up from Dublin? How you doing? Awesome. Um, it needs to burn till it's worth at least $1. Matt sounds like Barry White now. I sound like Barry White. I don't think that's true. Um, the next is price pumping. We're seeing the price jump up. Shout out to everybody that held when it did go down. Good day from Norway. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? Antoinette, thank you for being here. Hello. Please explain how long it will take to get 10 billion coins. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely go through that scenario. I think I had something built, but I can't remember if it was here. You know, if I built it here. Can't remember where I built it. So I had something. Um, I believe these were different prices. Not 100% sure. Um, let's see. Basically, to take that, and then what am I doing here? I don't remember what I'm doing here. 30,000. What's 30? Or not 30,000. 30 billion. So a certain portion of that. What am I doing here? What's the math that I'm doing here? I'm trying to figure out. I'll build something today to basically show how long it will take with a 1.2 transaction. But the point is that it's not going to factor in any type of price increases, which we will see as we have the ability or the knowledge that it will grow a little bit further. So it's definitely something that we'll look into in a little bit and build something. Like, I'm not going to build a full out spreadsheet, but it's probably going to be something like this where we do see different prices that it's at. And it basically goes through how many days it will take for it to get to 0. Now, this is with a certain amount. So basically saying that this would could get to 0. Obviously, you don't want it to 0. You want it to, 30 or 100 billion or 10 billion, something like that. Love the channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying that. Is there any hope in Lunic? There is hope in Lunic. Sticking like in from the UK. Love the streams, mate. Thank you, Jack, for saying that. Thank you for being here. Good morning from Switzerland. Good morning. I've missed that by 30 minutes. We did it. Let the burn begin. What happens? What happened? No news for Zelda Inu. We do have news for Zelda Inu. I've seen that they've been a little bit quiet lately because the markets have been not so kind to anybody. And I'm not sure, if they were going through any type of, from what I understand, the leader of the Twitter, um, and basically leadership in general. I believe they were going through maybe like a sickness or something like that, and that's not good. Obviously, you don't want to do that, but you do want to hire some people to continue the marketing campaign. But yeah, I think there's a lot that goes into Zelda Inu, and I do want to create some videos on it, which I had planned for yesterday, but I didn't end up doing it. Just lost track of time. What are your thoughts on Nervos Network? CKB mind making a video on it. They seem promising as well at 0.004 and was at 0.03 before the bear market. They're also a part of UTXO Alliance. Thanks. So I don't know what any of that is. And I would have to really dive into it, but I probably won't make a separate video on it, just because um, the amount of people behind it aren't there. You know, the interest isn't there. So if only two people want to hear about something, it's not something that you make a video on, right? If multiple people come out and say that they want to hear about something, they want to see this, then it starts to gather interest, and you start to look at the volume, you start to see a lot of that stuff, and then you could really, talk about that. But I don't want to make a video for something that may potentially only get like 100 views, right? So a lot of times YouTube has this shift to where it's not the people that are subscribed to you that are automatically getting that. It's more of the people that have been watching content like that in the recent past that will get that content. So I'll look into it. Is it something that I would see on coin market cap? Currently at 0.004. You're seeing a total of 33 billion, 36 billion total here, 33 billion circulating supply. Really, you don't have a change. That's not something that I'm worried about here. I'm typically worried about the circulating supply versus the total supply and all of that. Then you have $147 million market cap, which does show growth and even shows that it has strength, right? Volume about 2.2 million, which means you probably don't have a lot of markets or exchanges that it's on, but you do have a lot of exchanges. You have it on crypto.com, KuCoin, Gate.io, Binance, all of that. So it looks like it has a little bit of promise. And let's look at some of the history just real quick. Yeah, it's showing it closer to some of these lower lows. So you can definitely find an ability to increase up to some of these levels, create peaks and valleys, and gain something out of it. Looks like it has decent potential. I probably won't make a video on it. All right, so we got 305 people here, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. As soon as you get in here, it does help out. Good morning from New Orleans. Good morning. Good morning from Nigeria. Good morning. Double in 3 months, about 5K USD. That's good. How are we going to implement that burn? So that's the tricky part is, does it get implemented? I believe a lot of the exchanges will, or all of the exchanges should abide by that, right? They should bring that on. However, I don't know the full process as to how long it will take to implement. If it will be something that, maybe Do Kwon comes out himself and says, hey, this has passed. This is exactly what's going to happen. I don't really know the detail about that. So what happens next is we're literally waiting for the next day or two to figure or to get this final, because right now it's not final. We know that it has reached the levels that we needed to reach, but it's not completely final, so we do have to wait. But that's pretty much it for now. But we will keep knocking at their door to say, hey, what's going on with this? This has passed. Can we get something done with this? Can we push this to all of the exchanges and make sure that this tax is coming out? Now with something like Zelda Inu that I've been a part of, you can see any tax that does come out. With others, you see the tax that does come out. I believe that's something where the exchange has to implement. But from what I've seen in the past, in some of those, as soon as changes happen, it happens within the contract. So I really don't know exactly how that's going to take place. But I can't wait to see, because when I do make sales, makes purchases, which I will do, we're gonna see things. We're gonna see things skyrocket. We're gonna see things burn, and we're gonna see Terra Luna Classic make some of these moves that we're seeing today. Up 5.8%. The volume is up 116%, up to $382 million in the last 24 hours, which I believe is higher than Terra Luna 2.0. Not higher, actually. This is up 72%. So it's up to close to $1 billion in volume. That's pretty good. If you didn't know, I bought Terra 2.0 yesterday at $3.66. It did, or technically they filled me at $3.80. Sometimes I hate crypto.com because they always take that highest price. They did hit the lowest point where I was close to buying another 100 at $1.96. I saw it at $1.20, and it kept rising from there. So I just missed that opportunity. Does Binance really own like 1/4 of Lunic? If they do, they must know something. I think it is a positive move. I mean, I don't know the detail to that. Um, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it for myself. Um, so I've heard of it a bunch of times, and I've heard a lot of people say it, educated people say it. So I would slightly lean towards yes, but I'm not 100% sure. Uh, how much are you down on Classic? How much am I down on Classic? Um, I'm not down anything on Classic. If you're looking at the amount that I had in here, the amount that I have in my Binance Smart Chain, where I have 20 million, how much am I down on that 20 million? So that was worth about $10,000, and now it's down to about $2,000. Yeah, about $2,000, a little bit less than $2,000. But the total amount that I made $6,000. So I'm not down anything. I'm not have any realized losses. I don't have any even unrealized losses because, well, right now I have unrealized losses. If I don't count the 6,000 that I made, I'm down about $8,000 from the peak. And just to let you know, I bought in with $40. So I'm not down anything. I'm up, and I'm going to be up for a while. This is why I'm not making any type of moves right now. And I was waiting for Terra Luna Classic to come down a little bit more so that I can buy at the previous levels of where my cost basis was. That's what I wanted to do, right? If I could buy, or close to it, if I could buy, 10 million or 20 million for $100, I'll take that. Matt, you sound a little better today. I should sound better. I feel great. Uh, Sold my Luna Classic this morning about 2 a.m. Made like $40 profit, and bought Luna 2. Lunic burn passed. Yes, the Lunic burn did pass. Um, we have to wait for everything to be final, but we did hit the levels we needed to hit because of Orion Money. They had 13% of the pool, and they decided to vote yes because they put out a poll saying, "Hey, um, we're going to vote a certain way. Do you have a preference?" And 90+% said yes. Fundamental front and center. Do Kwon is a son of a gun. How many coins he is holding in his bag? 50%. He's going to burn them. How much did Binance pay for the 1.7 trillion coins? Probably not. Probably not a lot. Seeing it at some of those lows, you find an opportunity. Again, I paid $40 for my 63 million. So imagine if you put $10,000 into it. So let's say instead of $40, it's $400. Well, now that's 630 million. Well, let's say it's $40,000. Well, that's 6.3 billion, right? maybe you do 60 $40,000, right? Or am I saying $40,000? $40,000 or $400,000, right? You say a million, right? You're buying trillions of coins at a very low price. Isn't Terra Classic dead? No, Terra Classic is not dead. It's something to where a lot of hype is built into by the community. The community is driving this to where it is. Dude, it's actually pretty insane if they honor that. True. The heck was that? Give me a second. Uh, I'll have to look at something. Give me a second. 4% Luna Classic token rewards. 1% marketing development, 2% liquidity, 2% buyback and burn. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. You have no clue. What? I don't know who you're talking. Let's see. I'm behind. If nothing else is worth a gamble for a small amount of money, you can afford to lose. Yeah, I don't understand why people don't see it as like as an opportunity, right? I understand that when we look at things like this, we look at positions like this where they're at this low and they have a potential chance to burn. There's a lot of people that are greedy and will say, I can make, 700 million or $1 billion from something like this. Well, technically, you can make a lot of money, but you don't have to be greedy to push for that much to where you're risking, $1,000, $2,000. You could even just risk $100. Something that a lot of people end up throwing into a throw on red when they're gambling, but it's a form of investing. So I understand where people are coming from, where they're always like, um, you're just throwing your money away. Even though I have proven that I've made money and other people have made money. Um, they're just saying you're throwing your money away and that it's not worth it because traditional investing is putting it into an index fund, putting it into the S&P 500, doing something that Warren Buffett would do, right? um, you don't have to do everything Warren Buffett does. You don't have to mirror what he does. That's the traditional way of doing things. The only reason it works is because they keep pushing this same way. They keep pushing that you invest into the S&P 500, which is great. You have a safe way to invest in a lot of these areas, but um, you can argue that every single person that talks about the S&P 500, that talks about ETFs, that talks about index funds and all of that stuff, they're technically pumping those areas and bringing people to it. And the more people you have in it, the more consistent that it moves. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's definitely a tricky situation when you look at it, but it's great to have something consistent out there, and it's also great to have risky plays. I have consistent gainers, and I also have risky plays. I consider Terra Classic a risky play, and am I risking a lot? I risked $40, so no, I'm not risking a lot. I'm risking more on Terra Luna 2.0 than I did on Terra Classic. Oh wow, $50, man. Thank you for that super chat. I believe that the whole vote has now finished, and now that the transaction of 1.2 percent burn can be implemented. But the question is, who is going to implement it? Doquan and the Terra team have abandoned it. Lunik needs to be owned by the community like Shiba Inu. That's 100% true. I think it does need to be owned by the community. However, how do you implement that with the community? You would have to do like a mass vote, which we already kind of did that. We would have to do a separate mass vote in order to do that. But I think it definitely would be addressed because people will continue to bring it up to him. And even though they abandoned it by not putting a lot of push into it or focus into it, I heard that they created a Twitter, and I saw this a while ago, and I wasn't sure what was the real Twitter. You created a Twitter for Terra Classic, but there's like 17 of them. So I don't know which one is the right one because none of them are verified. So I need to figure that out. But I think they will put some sort of focus into it, and then when they see that Terra Luna Classic is moving so much more, they'll start to probably bring more interest back into it because this is where the community is, and then they're going to try and drive interest in Terra Luna 2.0, right? Same for me. I bought in cheap, and honestly, it wasn't wasting money. I just only used $5 for lunch at work, and now the next few weeks, no risk, no loss. Exactly, exactly, right. And no matter what, I was going to spend that $40. It's $40, and I made 6,000 either way. And I don't like to keep pushing that, but it's just an example, right? It's $40 that you risked, um, and now it turned into 6,000. You risk nothing else. Everything that's left in there is nothing but gravy. So if it goes to 100,000, if it goes to 200,000, if it goes to $5, it's still profit. So I'm able to wait this out because I already made money from it. It's not something where I'm worried, hey, you know what? I need my money from this. No, I now put that money into CRO, and now CRO needs to make some moves, right? So I made money from it. It's over there. It gave me the CRO that I needed, and um, now I can run with that. You better put that money, what you give to Matthew into crypto. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the super chat. That means a lot. I got 100,000 US in Terra Classic. You should have snapped up $50 worth of Lunic. Yeah, I mean you could have done that. I'm sure they already have it. I'm sure Dan already has a decent amount of Lunic. People don't realize that if that when Classic starts going up and reviving itself, a lot of that lost trust will revive along with it. Yeah, I would agree. I would 100% agree. You start to realize that um, the the idea of creating a new coin was not the way to go, but finding a revival plan for Terra Classic. If the community is willing to pay a 1.2% tax or a 2% tax or a 5% tax, like I'm willing to pay 5% on anything that I buy. Um, and once that gets implemented, I will make that purchase. I even though I'm not looking to buy any, I still will buy some just for the purpose of including myself within that tax. Do you know what I mean? And helping the community. If the community supports a 1% tax, then why aren't you implementing something to save what Luna was? I understand you want to build something different and have a totally different use case behind it. Understandable. You can build something different, but call it something different. It doesn't have to be Terra Luna. It could be, I don't know, whatever you end up making it, right? But this is Terra Luna, and now it's labeled as Terra Classic, but you could have saved this in the end and put all your focus on this from the beginning. So I don't know. It just bothers me that they try and just treat it like a piece of scrap paper, like they're drawing and they mess up and they just crumble up the paper, start over again. That's not what it's about. uh, Cosmos Farms, thank you for that super chat. I'll be back. This is the best news ever. It is the best news. I wouldn't say the best news ever, but it is really, really good news. How much supply do you think will be burned, Matt? So we can definitely go through something like that. I wanted to bring up a scenario, right? And I'm not sure where that percentage is. So if we're looking at, let's say, I don't even know what this is doing. So this is basically factoring in the days, it's telling me how many years it will take. This is the days. This is the starting supply, right? And then what this does is it takes the starting supply and subtracts 30 billion from it. Why is it subtracting 30 billion from it? I don't know why it's subtracting 30 billion. That's what's weird. And this is just 30 billion. That's way too much. So if this is subtracting 30 billion, why? Why am I doing that from the total supply? And this is N2, whatever N2 is, the 30 billion here. I think it's supposed to be 3 billion. I think that's still too much. And you're like at 0.00009. I don't know what this is doing, but I need to figure that out. We'll do this as we go through today, but I do want to read some more things here. I have 3 million Terra Luna Classic. Should be a hold. Should I hold or sell it? If you have 3 million Terra Luna Classic, I'm not going to tell you what to do. All I know is I'm holding my 2 million, or 20 million. If you bought it at a lower point and you feel as though you should sell it, then make your move. Protect your investment, right? I'm not going to tell you what to do. For me and my purposes of holding my 25 or 20, I just read somebody's thing, 20 million is to see how long this can actually play out and how big this can get, right? If this gets to $1, that's worth $20 million. Now, I'm not saying that it will get to $1. Obviously, it's a long shot, but it's less of a long shot if we have this burn rate that's going through. So that's what we're hoping to see. So I don't know how much we have. Let's say we have 300 million dollars. $300 million that are going through. Oh, you know what? I think that was how many would go through, or how many would be burned off. So it's basically taking a certain amount of volume, because we had 350 million dollars worth of volume, and then taking that and multiplied by or $350 million worth of volume, and then you basically took this. No, that's not what I wanted. I don't really know. Where am I going with this? Because you had $350 million worth of volume. Let me take this and multiply it by the 0.00006, or where we're at, 65, right? Or divide, sorry. And that would give me million, billion, trillion. That's a lot. That's way too much. How many zeros did I add in there? That's way too much. 350 million. Oh, you know what? We take 1% of that. We take a certain percent. I don't know at this point. I'm getting distracted because there's comments, but Luna could have saved, but it can be saved by Douchequan is involved. He should have stepped down. They should have voted to mass burn trillions and move away from the algorithmic stablecoin. That's the problem, is that they couldn't vote to just do a mass burn, right? That's a buyback and a burn. You would have to find a way to run that money back through there because people are buying up this Luna, also selling it, and also selling and buying UST. Right? They threw the money into UST in order to bring it up to where it needed to be. So the point is, um, you couldn't do a mass burn, but you can always do a transactional burn. They should have implemented something in here to give us um, that thing we needed in order to decrease the supply. What drug did you use to kill off Batman? I don't know what you're talking about. What drug did you use to kill off Batman? What do you mean by that? Luna could have read that. My friend introduced me to Kraken a few days ago before Terra's drop. I bought when it was $20 a coin in hopes to get my foot in the door. Since then, the price has dropped awfully. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's where you start to you understand how low it did get, and you average down to a lot of the lower areas. Um, because I did end up spending a little bit of money up in the penny range, and obviously dropping well below a penny. I put less money into it, thinking that you know what, I'm getting more out of it. I'll take it. Getting 63 million, I'll take that any day. And things did end up increasing from where it was at those lows. Are you in Cronodes? Up 33% this morning. Yes, I'm still in Cronodes. I still gather nodes, and I don't know how it fully works. I didn't even dive into it, but I did. I did do the migration because it's like a you invested into it. It's a forced migration there, but you have to pay a certain fee in order to capture your free nodes, right? I burned 25 million from my supply. Should I burn more? I don't expect you guys to burn anything of your supply. Sit on your supply. You don't have to burn anything of your supply. Um, if anything, and you wanted to support it, a million works. You don't need to burn, or a certain percentage of it works, but you don't need to burn that much. That's a lot. That's like 1,000 or close to $2,000. Remember, the same way they screw it up, they could make it skyrocket again. Exactly. Exactly. They could definitely do something like that. mm, 0.0006. That's where we are. And so basically saying right now at these prices, at these prices, it would be 70 billion that we would end up burning off per day if it stays at 350 million at the current price. Now, the prices will change, right? If we're burning off 70 billion per day, um, it will take, where's it at? It will take 100 days for this to play out, right? Maybe even a little bit more. So 100 days or so for this to play out. Because if you do get to a certain level, now when the prices do change, I don't know how it will be affected. Um, let's say the market cap stays the same. Let's say the market cap stays at about a 1.2 or 1 billion, right? Right, it has to stay at a 1 billion price. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that. So 1 billion. So $1 billion dollar market cap. This is a market cap. And this is the price. I want to do an adjusting price because it's not giving you a clear picture. Because right now it says it'll take 100 days, but it should be a lot longer because as the price does increase, it'll be more difficult to burn because currently we're at 0.00065 or 0.00068 or something. Let me check what the exact thing is. Where is it? 6.5. Let's adjust this. Come on, refresh. There we go. Yeah, it's 0.0065. I don't know if it's different for anybody else, but let's change that. And it's going to be 64.6 billion, right? So this price adjusts let's see, market cap multiplied by price. By supply. So market cap divided by supply would equal price. Market cap divided by the supply would equal the price. Let's open this up. Okay, there we go. So if it's a $1 billion market cap, right now it's not a $1 billion market cap, it's like 300, right? So let's just keep that going and say that this is always going to be, wait, what's the market cap here? All right, so that's if the market cap dropped down a little bit. Let's also factor this in. It may end, I don't want it to be a circular reference at all. Let's factor this in all the way down here. I know it'll be a negative number all the way down there, but no, what are you doing? Down. It'll always be a $1 billion market cap. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out so to see how many days it will take for this to play out at 1.2%. So, let me bring this down here. Amount burned. All right. And let's put that in the middle so that we have a clear picture of it. So basically, instead of it taking this, I'm gonna need another column, which is I might need two columns. So let's say it stays at $350 million. Sorry, just trying to do this math. Say it stays at $350 million. The volume by dollars. And then you also have the, you're taking this by the 1.2%. So you're getting 42. No matter what, you're getting that much. You're getting that much. That's the amount of dollars it'll go through. So no matter what, that will be that. So it depends if it does rise or it falls. So there's also another situation where if this volume falls or if it increases, you'll see this adjustment. So the burn tax by dollars, and then you also have, yeah, I think that should be good. So burn tax by dollars, this will be the amount that is burned. So then we'll take it here every single time and we'll multiply it by whatever the price ends up being. Come on. It's a circular reference. Can't have a circular reference. I knew it was going to be a circular reference. Why is it a circular reference? Why is it a circular reference? It shouldn't be a circular reference. It doesn't cost money to get the coins burnt, or is it free? I believe it's cheap, but it's not like free to get them burned. Do you think the tax for the burn, we are going to have less transactions? I don't think we'll have less transactions. I think people will start to realize what it can be, and we'll have more transactions. Because when you have, let's say somebody told you this investment is an amazing investment, right? You probably, and they give you all the reasons as to why it's an amazing investment, all the details, every single little piece of details, and says, this is the reason why I believe it's going to make that move. All of these things, and it lays out a plan, right? You're likely to invest into it, but you're still a little bit skeptical. But then you have this over here that doesn't show you a lot of information behind it or use case behind it or anything, right? But it tells you that this is 100% guaranteed to get to this level, or this is the goal that we have by the end of this year. And it comes from the actual team, right? It comes from the coin itself, or the investment itself, saying that 10 billion supply is where we need to get to. This price is where we want to get to. You're more likely to invest into that one because it has an end goal. It has a place that it wants to get to, and where it's going to move. It's just like people saying, Dogecoin to $1. Dogecoin getting to $1, people had their goal in mind for it to get to $1. However, a lot of people wanted to sell right before $1. Also, you weren't really able to buy it through a lot of these platforms when that was looking like it was coming to fruition, right? Where it was at 76 cents or so. And Robinhood stops buying it, Coinbase stops buying it, they all start erroring out, all of the platforms, it just looks horrible. So it's something that pulls back, but you obviously had a goal set and people wanted to get to that goal. I was referring to your Batman voice. Got you. I understood that. Someone said that a couple of minutes ago. We have 718 people here. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell for more videos like this one, more live streams and all that stuff. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter at Perry8K, you can follow me over there. Why is this a circular reference? What is this referring to? This should not be a circular reference. Just by factoring in the price and by the total amount. What is this doing? Yeah, this should not be a circular reference. I don't know why it's saying it is. Why is that a circular reference? How is that tied to that? That's not. What? You're making no sense whatsoever. All right, you know what? Fuck this. You know what? I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to copy the actual prices. And I'm going to bring these prices over here. Literally copy what they are. And we're not going to make it a circular reference. If they want to be dickheads, they can be dickheads. There we go. So it depends what the price is. And with the price going lower or higher and higher, it's going to take a long time for all of this to play out. So let me just check to make sure that all of this is... so these need to function not just off of the 28, but need to function off of everything else. So here we go. I'm going to take that, and then we're going to go down here, and we're going to take away the absolute reference, cell reference, and then we're going to copy exactly what that is. Now it's going to scroll all the way down. It's probably going to go more than like 300 days or something. But if we have an end goal, that's what it's all about. Now it's for some reason coming up with... For some reason, it's coming up with less. Let's scroll all the way down. Let's bring all these numbers down here. sometimes things just don't work. Things don't work out the way you want it to. All right. So I'm gonna need to bring this back to normal with the circular reference. Sorry, I'm going through this with you guys as we're going through it. Typically, I do this off screen and then I upload a video about it, which I will upload a video about it. Let's see. Let's bring this up here, and we'll do circular reference, or not a circular reference, absolute cell reference. Bring this all the way down. Make sure that that stands there. And you know what? We will look at it and say that this is going to make a. See, this is where it starts to get dicey, because you need the price, or you need the amount in order to factor all this stuff into it. So, technical difficulties this morning. Not really. I'm just trying to figure out a change in the system, because if we had the 1.2% and everything stayed the same, right? And we burned off 70 or 64, what was it, 64 billion, right? In the first day, because it's $350 million in volume divided by what the price is, you're looking at a 64 billion that you would burn off daily. However, as you burn off that 64 billion, the price increases based on whatever the market cap is. So if the market cap stays at $1 billion or wherever it is, then that's where we start to see the price increase, which means it'll take more days. So people just, coming out and saying that 1.2% will burn off the total supply in 100 days is not true, right? As we get to higher prices, the burns take less and less of an effect. 1.2% is great, right? And it will have an effect in the beginning, and it still will have an effect at the end, but it won't be something that happens right away, which is what makes it decent, which is why 1.2% works, right? It's such a low percentage that in the beginning it has a high effect. In the end, it has a low effect so that you can see millions burn off rather than billions, right? So why do you waste your time on this live? So if you didn't know, a new proposal was passed where 1.2% will be burned through transactions daily. So throughout all exchanges, 1.2% will be burned. This is what makes it very interesting. Yes, things are over how Terra Luna once was, but what? Things are over by how Terra Luna once was. However, they could come back to that old level, or it could be something new that's developed, right? Discord DM me, please. Yeah, I can. Give me a second. Someone trying to change parameters on how the you want me to look at this? Distribute 50% of transaction fees to the community pool, plus increase validator rewards. This is a different proposal? Distribute 50% transaction fees to community pool, 35% to be burned via monthly community pool proposals, 10% airdrop to ecosystem devs, 5% retain for core Terra Classic development, and increase base. What does that mean? Rewards from 0.01% to 0.04%, or not 0.04%. 1 cent to 4 cent to 3 cent to 12 cents respectively. Full details here. You're saying that this is a change proposal in exactly what the burns are. Someone submitted that. and now they're trying to change the parameters of it. Instead of the 1.2%, or they do want to do the 1.2%, but a certain percentage of the amount that's going to be burned is going through, you know, the community pool. That is interesting. That's very interesting. I don't know what's happening there, but this is eye opening. Is that because of greed, to where 10% airdrop to ecosystem devs, 5% retained for core Terra Classic development? Why are we focusing on that when the focus should be on decreasing the supply, getting it back to normal state, and not worrying about a 35% community pool? What? How is that change proposal doing? Are the validators probably going to vote with that? Is that what we're looking at? Because that would be ridiculous. Trying to screw us. I swear, it seems like crypto market is falling to pieces. Oquan believes people are gullible. He will stick it to them. AMC will make few millionaires. Will make few millionaires? Like, we'll make a few millionaires, or we'll make like a couple millionaires and that's it? Is that what you're saying? I think the burn is a scam. Why would the burn be a scam? Does Doquan have to authorize this burn? Um, I think we have to. I want to see it come from his mouth. Someone just sent it to me. Just sent me the screenshot. I haven't looked it up to see how it's getting along yet. Yeah, we'll have to do that. People don't get crypto mat. Wait, people don't get crypto mat. This is opportunity. Oh, people don't get crypto mat. This is opportunity to make money. That's why he makes videos live. Well, yes, but I don't really understand where all of that's coming from or what that means. Um, this Terra guy is really making crypto look like something else. Yeah, 90% of these projects will be gone in a real bear market. Why do you say that? KuCoin burned 205 billion Lunic. Where are you getting that number from? That KuCoin has burned anything. I've seen MEXC that has burned 350 or 300 something million coins, but I haven't heard of anything else that's really burning that much. Burns are coming for Luna. A lot of tokens are burning. Shiba, Crow, Luna, Baby Doge. Yeah. And I don't think burning is like the future, but burning will definitely have a large impact. Um, yeah, you know what? Let me see where this is. Let me change this. I don't know how I'd really change this. I do want to do an increasing price, but it's not working. It's bringing a circular reference. So I want to change this, instead of it being like that, instead of it looking at the price there. I want to factor in my own price. Let's just say 0.01, just to give you so much. And let's bring this all the way down. Let's say that 420 million is being burned off per day. We know that it'll take a lot, a lot of days for this to play out. Well, you know what? Let's just say that it's 0.001. You're looking at 4 billion. We know it's going to be more than that, and eventually it's going to be less than that. That's what the price ends up being. That's how much is there. We will look at this all the way down here, and it will take a very long time for this to burn off. Let's see, let's scroll all the way up. So let's keep scrolling, keep scrolling. So here it's saying it'll take 1,642 days for that to play out, which will be 4.4 years. It's a good time frame, right? 4.4 years is where this will end up playing out, and the price should be somewhere at 1 billion, or I guess down here at 3.6 billion. You know what? What? Oh, because I decreased the total amount. But that's only 600 million. That's, oh wait, that's the 4 that's coming out. All right, so we'll look at it this way. This is where it is. It would be at 27 cents at 7.8 billion. If we were down to 10 billion, less than 10 billion. So trying to paint a picture for you guys. Let me take the price, all these prices, and I'm going to keep these prices. I'm going to put these prices right here. And I understand that these prices may be different as things are rising, but I'm going with this, and we're just going to stick with this and just say that we do have a rising price. Now, it may be off. So now let me look at this and just go boom. And then we could see how long it's going to take with that many millions that are, or that many billions that are being pulled out. So in the beginning, it's 28 billion. So what we're seeing, let's keep scrolling up. Keep scrolling up until we get to positive. Positive, there we go. So what it's showing here is that throughout time, and this may be fixed a little bit because the prices may be different. They may be more. You may see the prices go up a lot more than where we were at. Yeah, especially, yeah, it would definitely go up way more than where we're at. But let's just say we had an increasing price, which it doesn't look like this price is increasing too much. It would take 238 days under this scenario in order to play out, right? 238 days under this scenario in order for it to play out. Now, the price would increase a lot more. I don't know how to do that. I've been trying to figure that out without doing a circular reference, but we're going to have to continue. So it went from 99 days to 200, what was it, 200 plus days for this to play out. But we're probably going to end up seeing more because the price is going to end up increasing a little bit more. As we see it hit, lower and lower supplies, that means that the price would be way higher. Right? So let me actually just copy over the price. No, I can't copy over that price. Let's just say it's, you know what, let's do this. Because I'm messing this up a little bit. Go all the way down here. Then I'm going to take this and no, that's not going to work. Copy this, go up here, bring this price here, and whatever we have here, I'm just going to bring 14 cents all the way down, or 3 cents all the way down, 36 cents. Wait, no, it's 3 cents. So then let's just keep increasing this price by 0.04. So every time we go up, we're gonna go up 1 cent. Let's be aggressive. All the way to about let's say it goes to $1. Right? Let's keep it there. I think that works. I think that works. How many days will that be? That's still 2 billion. And now we're looking at less that's being affected. Why is it still decreasing by so much? It should be decreasing by whatever we have there. Hmm. Oh, it's a circular reference. Or not circular reference, absolute reference. We'll figure this out, guys. We will figure this out. 99% of the supply needs to be burned. We do need to see a lot that needs to be burned, yes. 4 years is a presidential term. Pyramid scheme at the moment without token use case. I don't know if that's the case, right? If you're looking at it, when in anything you end up building a use case around it in the community, if it's something that is community driven, we start to build more and more of the use case. Currently, yes, without a use case, it really is a token that we're trying to create value for, right? Okay, so now you looked it up. Hmm, very, very interesting. Let's bring this over here. Let's bring this over here really quick. So apparently, if you guys can't see this, 50% transaction fees to the community pool plus increase, validator rewards. um, that's not what I want. Are you saying that the validators are now trying to take this tax from us and apply it to a pool and apply it to their rewards? Because that's dumb. We don't want any type of rewards. They may want rewards. Who created this? Some sort of, was it a validator or something? Because this is a hard pass. Hard pass. We need the burn to go through in full effect. I hope I become a millionaire and I will give my 10% to the poor people. Yeah, I think obviously poor people do need help. Um, and this is the thing, you can't pick and choose who gets help. I know there's a lot of people that just um, may use drugs and all that stuff, but it's definitely to a situation where you have to be like, I can't pick and choose because there may be some people that really need help. So this is all flowing off of this. So I want to see how this takes shape without the circular reference. Or why do I keep saying circular reference? Absolute reference. So it obviously will take way more days for this to play out. See, like and this is an aggressive take because that um we know that we're looking for a $1 billion. I'm gonna have to redo this and basically tell you what that would work out to be because it went from 99 days to 200 days to well over like 600 or 700 days or something like that. Now it will be higher than 200 days. I guarantee that. Um, it will go higher than 200 or 200 days. I guarantee it. But um, I think it will be you know, less than 4 years. I think it could take a while, which is a good thing. But we don't want them to change anything in this. We don't want any type of validators to get rewards off of this. We don't want anybody to get rewards. I don't want rewards. You don't want rewards. nobody should get rewards. It should just go to burning the supply. Then we figure out whatever the hell you want to do. But greed seems to take over in most cases, right? Like I don't want them to be greedy, and they're being greedy. Sorry, let me bring up my other screen here. This one. Yeah, they're being greedy. So let's go ahead and refresh this, see where we're at. It is coming down, it looks like. So instead of 0.000065, it's now 62. So we are seeing a decrease. The overall market cap is $411 million. The total volume that we see in the day, again, is up 117%. It's up to 382 million. It won't take long if Binance decides to burn 2.8 trillion they hold. I don't know if they bought it, they're not going to burn that much. Like if they bought it, it wouldn't make sense for them to burn that much. I appreciate you not being greedy, Matt. Yeah, no problem. I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna, one, help out people as much as I can. And then, I'm also going to make sure that people get at least close to the same experience that I get, right? Let's go Boston Celtics. The Celtics looked good last night. But to tell you the truth, both teams actually looked horrible last night. Um, everybody was playing, but it was like scrappy basketball. And the Warriors need some help because Steph Curry is like the only one that's trying to do something, and they are double teaming him and playing super aggressive defense where he's not getting any calls on any threes that he takes. Because if he would, then he would get a ton of 4-point plays. So it's weird. I'm watching it, and I love basketball. I usually chase record books rather than and history. Creating history rather than just having a team win. Where's Doquan? I don't know. I don't know where he is. Luna did better than Luna on that bounce today. Said a lot to me. 7 trillion to burn. Whose money? Whose money to burn? Um, so it's not anyone's money really. Technically, if you look at it, it's everyone who's buying. It's a portion of their money, but it's a forced portion to where everybody's paying the same amount. It's just like if you have any cryptocurrency that has a tax. Any cryptocurrency that has a tax associated with it, um, that's coming out and that's gone, right? But you're gaining your money off of what's left. If this new proposal is passed, then the burning will take longer. Yes, that's greed. They voted against the burn, and now they want to be paid to burn. Do they think we're imbeciles? I don't I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I did see Steph Curry got injured from Al Horford. Al Horford landed on his ankle. I don't know how injured he is, but that's horrible. Off of something that's just a free ball play, and he dives and lands on his ankle and sits on it multiple times. Al Horford's not a bad person, but obviously that wasn't the right play. I mean, he's just diving for the ball, but you never do that. You never do when you dive for the ball. Typically, people dive for the ball with their arms first, not their back first and their arm. You know what I mean? Like so, it's not good. I never like to see people get injured. I don't care where or who they are or what team they're on. History equals record books, but stick to crypto. The game last night was good, and Steph did get calls, and he had help. Clay scored 25 points, I believe. Yes, but when it all came down to it, typically the Warriors are great in the fourth quarter. Al Horford. Al Gore. That's funny. No, I don't know how many points he had, but I can tell you the three shots that I saw him take in the fourth quarter were not wide open, but they were shots that I've seen him hit multiple times, and he missed badly. Like, I mean, very badly. The game was very scrappy last night. I analyzed every single piece of it. Trust me, I played sports all my life through high school, through college. So it's not about just crypto to me. Happens. Guys die for balls all the time. Uh, what do you what do you want him to do? There was like literally seven bodies on the floor. I'm not saying there's that's not the way to go, but he had to lean forward, but he wanted to. What he did was protect himself by reaching in with sidearm and pushing with your back. Typically, when people dive in for the ball, like say J.R. Smith, J.R. Smith would dive basically head first and grab the ball and hold on to it. But it was more of a just hands type grab while protecting your body. It seemed like everybody was doing that because Steph Curry did it as well. He could have dove forward and he wouldn't have been hurt. So both of them did it. I'm just saying that, since people are trying to protect themselves, they end up injuring themselves based on trying to protect themselves. So again, Al Horford's not a bad guy. He's actually one of the nicest guys in the NBA. But when people try and protect themselves, they end up injuring either themselves or other people. But it's cool. I'm just saying that last night was very scrappy. There were so many like turnovers on the Warrior side, especially in the fourth quarter. Um, there was so much back and forth to where it was like rebounds were bouncing three times in the air before actually getting a possession. So, okay, great. You unsubscribed? Perfect. Good luck on your journey, wherever you're going. Um, so back to the proposal, Matthew. Yeah, what about the proposal? um, Satoshi Swap is going nuts. Check the chart. Dex soon to be released, allowing uh, shitcoin margin trading. Still available on PCS early. I I don't understand that. Satoshi Swap. That's not like that's something that's created outside. That's not actually um, not actually affiliated with anything there. Just the name, more of a meme there. Do a basketball video. This is a crypto video. I can literally talk about whatever I want. So I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you so mad? It's early. It's too early for that mess. It is. So good talking about NBA right now because the crypto market is kind of stressful uh, to look at right now. I mean, yeah, if we look at the entire market, it's not down on the day. It's just not looking great. It's basically consolidating today. So it's not something that I'm too worried about. Consolidation is usually a good thing. I can't say always. That's a big threat. Unsubscribe. I know. It's such a big threat. Um, it has 8 decimal places, I believe. And you've heard of LUC DAO? Validators who smoke about 20 million a day. I haven't. Do we know the percentage of the airdrop that got invested on Lunic? No. The percentage of the airdrop that got invested on Lunic? I don't know that. So it's just wishful thinking at this point. Can anyone verify that Lunic can't go much lower than 0.00000001? I mean, I don't if I would love if it went down to that point. Nobody can really verify that point. Um, I guess people can verify it, but if it does go down to that point, you can guarantee that I'm buying a ton. If so, someone buys a billion Lunic, they own 10% of the future supply. Technically, but most likely, as the price increases, those people that buy a lot right now. So let's say you buy 100 million or 200 million or whatever. Um, you're yes, in the future, you're holding 10% of the supply. Most likely, when it gets to a certain price, you're going to sell. If you're holding 1 billion of the coin and it gets to um, you know 50 50 cents, or let's say 10 cents, right? You're holding a lot of money there, so most likely you're going to sell a decent portion of it, probably half of it, and it won't affect it that much as the price is going up. So you're going to have people that are holding less because they decided to take profit. Now you're also going to have people that hold on for dear life and just look to hold the most that they could possibly hold. But for me, I know I'm going to sell at certain portions. I know I'm going to take my spreadsheet here and let's go ahead and open all of this up. I'm going to take my spreadsheet here and sell at certain spots, to capture 16 million, right? And you'll see me sell when it's worth $60,000. You'll see me sell some when it's worth $144,000. You'll see me sell some when it's worth $800,000, and again when it's worth $2.8 million, right? So certain levels, yes, I'm going to sell the position. I will continue to sell it as time goes on. You know, I'm not being super greedy, but I'm leaving, some on the table for some of the higher points to where it could get to a dollar, it could get to 75 cents, right? I could pocket 2 million from it, but it's all a chance to do something like that. So again, I will be selling at certain levels, and I would imagine people that are holding a billion would sell at some of these levels as well. I'm not selling. Whoever said unsubsidized is a fool. Hang out with the winners and you'll win because you're the one. Thanks to all you do. Well, thank you. Unsubsidized. You meant unsubscribe. If Luna drops 4 zeros, drops another 4 zeros, uh, I'll put 100 in. I don't think it will. It will, but if it gets close, I'll definitely buy in and dollar cost average my way in. Absolutely. Absolutely. If it gets down to where my cost basis is or even close to it, I will buy a lot. Just because I made a lot from it and it gives me that opportunity to make more as time goes on. 1 billion Lunic at 5 cents is worth $500 million. Exactly. Like who would pass up that much money? That's not. Oh, at 50 cents. I was going to say that's not accurate. At 50 cents is $500 million. Who would pass that up? Why does anybody talk about uh, Blue Zelly? I don't know what that is. Time to sell all of that at that time. Exactly. 50 cents and you hold a billion, you better take that. Exactly. So if you have, there's a lot of people that have never seen $1 million in person, and obviously I've never seen $1 million in person. Literally, like $1 million in cash in person. Maybe in actual accounts, I've seen it in numbers, but the point is that I've never seen it in actual in like reality in life. Like I've never seen $1 million sitting in front of me. Which would be phenomenal. But people have never seen $1 million even in their bank account or even in any account that they've been a part of or they've witnessed, whether it's a work account or whatever. So seeing that much money that you have, most people are going to be like, I'm going to take 100,000. I'm going to take 500,000. I'll take the million. You know, there's a lot of people that will just clean it out because they've never seen it before. You believe Lunic will hit $1? I think if things continue to go this way, to for the community to back it so much, yes, I think we definitely can. But there's still that answer, that old accounting answer. It depends because it really does depend. 78K is the most cash I've ever seen with my own eyes. Yeah, I don't even know what the most amount of cash that I've seen because I've never taken out that much cash. I was a millionaire until the whole Ukraine and Russia happened. Still holding. Well, that hurts. Who pays for Lunit coin to be burnt, please? So nobody. So we're not having one person that pays for Luna coin to be burnt. It's going to be all the transactions that go through in the day. So say if somebody decides to buy $100 worth of Lunic, $1.20 will go towards that tax. So it'll come out of what you paid for Lunic. So if you have $100, now you only have $98.80. Right? That's all you have of Lunic right from the start. So the $1.20 will go towards that tax, and then everybody will be taxed the same thing. Oh, brother, your analysis is very good, logical. Keep up the good job, Matt. Much appreciated. No problem. Yeah, thank you for saying that. Thank you for validating that. I appreciate that. I won't buy any more Luna. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me no times, shame on the I don't know who. I sent you the link to the entire proposal. You can read it in full later. Yeah, I definitely will. How do we know if the burn started? Any indicators? Um, Probably looking at the burn wallet and seeing what's going through there. But we also have to get kind of confirmation as to um, what um, what exchanges will um, adhere to that or contribute to the burns. So, Matt, please, please, what? I almost split a dude's skull open. What? Lunk rhymes with trunk. Um, what do you think of yesterday's pump? In what? In Lunic? I know it's people call it lunk. I'm not calling it lunk. I'm calling it Lunic because of lunatics. So that's what it's going. Um, I'm calling it Luna Classic. So Lunic, Luna-ic, Lunuk, Lunuk. That's what I go with. You're getting the message in the wrong order. Yeah, I'm trying to go through things. It's very difficult to as things are running. I'll just continue to buy Luna 2.0 for now until Luna goes down to 0.000005. That's where it was, well, kind of just at. I guess you're adding another zero. That's what you want to basically pay 5 cents for a million or $5 for a million. You think Luna will bump? It's possible. We already saw it pump. Is it safe to hold Lunic or SHIB or any altcoin on a CEX or on a DEX? Yeah, I mean it's safe. I don't have any issues with it unless you hold it on one of these lower tier exchanges that has a potential chance of going bankrupt. Then no, Matt, you should buy more ape. The prices are super cheap today. I might throw $100 at it, contemplating throwing that same $100 on Luna since it's cheap too. Um, so I hold the lake that I want to ape. I hold the ape that I want to hold. I bought ape previously, made money off of ape, and now I'm sitting on 12 that's left and just letting that sit there. So not doing anything with it. Just holding it for future use. Right. Nope, not a lunatic, just a bread getter. It's funny. um, Luna Matt. Yesterday was a very good price for buying Luna, and I think we make a good wallet. How about Luna? What? They're not real lunatics like us. Uh, Doquan needs to. Okay. Would you be interested in making a new video on VeChain and Dogecoin Mars, Matt? So, most likely not. VeChain possibly. Dogecoin Mars, no. So we'll see. I haven't been doing many other videos. I just started getting back on track talking about other things that I wanted to talk about, Farmcoin, even though it's not getting as many views because there's not as much traction, not as much popularity within it. I still want to talk about these things that I'm included in, things that I believe in, and I will get back to doing some of those. But most of the ones that I talk about are ones that I'm invested in. Not because I want to pump the prices in any way. It's because I want to show people that I'm saying that it's a good price to buy into, or it's a good place to be in, right? A good coin to be in, a good investment to be in, because I'm in it, right? You can't believe someone that it's a good investment or something could be potentially good if you are not in it, right? So it's kind of a win lose scenario to where a lot of people think that, I talk about a position to pump it, because that's not the case. I talk about the position because I'm in it, right? And I want to show you guys that I truly do believe in it. Do you think interest rates are killing crypto? Um, so I don't think directly, no, but I think indirectly, yes, because I think it's killing the stock market. It's killing a lot of the businesses, right? So businesses are heavily invested into crypto, so a lot of their assets are. You're seeing the stock market tied to the crypto market, which is something we haven't ever seen historically. So, yes, in a way. We got about 55 minutes. We got about 5 minutes to the end of this stream, and then we're gonna get out of here because my voice is starting to go. It's been starting to go since I started. I've been watching YouTube videos about problem gambling. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have issues with actual gambling, like going to casinos. My voice is really going. Going to casinos and risking it all on black, literally taking $10,000 and just has a problem. I mean, it's something where you create a high, but then you also create a very low by gambling. It's kind of like what's that movie? Focus with Will Smith. I know how we mentioned Will Smith and instantly think of the slap, but he has a like an issue gambling, and that whole scene in like the football stadium, he's gambling with the guys or with that guy. So it's obviously a big issue. I've never had an issue like gambling. I sort of have an issue with investing because I invest all my money into everything. Like I literally invest in so many different things. It's not necessarily saying that I only invest in the stock market, only invest in the crypto market. Like I invest in Funko Pops. I invest in my YouTube channel. I invest in the business. I invest in so much. It's literally everything that I buy, I invest in. Right? I'm having some sort of an investment. I can write it off in my taxes, write it off as a business expense. You know, something. It's that's just how I roll, you know? I can say the only thing I'm not buying an investment for is like clothing. And if I was one of those clothing YouTubers where I talk about, different outfits that I wear, um, then that would be a business write off as well as you're buying it, right? So, um, yeah, and the PlayStation, the Xbox, I wrote those off as business expenses because I have a gaming channel. Um, Camera, I wrote that off as a business expense as well. Computers, TVs, all that stuff. Funko Pops, what are you holding right now? I have a ton of Loki Funko Pops. I just bought the Holy Grail of Loki Funko Pops. Um, Avengers 16. Yeah, I bought it for 900 and it's worth about 2,000. I plan on finding a way to get it signed at hopefully if he's there at New York Comic Con. So I've never been to Comic Con, but I want to go just to be able to get this signed by Tom Hiddleston because now it is an investment and it would be more of an investment and would be worth so much more um, if I got it signed by him. So yeah, I'm holding a lot of Marvel. Literally, that's all I'm holding is Marvel Funko Pops, and I hold a lot of Thor and Loki and Black Panther. Um, what do you think about Theta Fuel? I bought some recently. I don't really have too many thoughts on it, and if I did have more thoughts, I mean, I only have a minute left, so I'm gonna go through the comments that we have here, say our goodbyes and whatnot. Matthew, what's your expectation of the price for 2 weeks? That's tough to say. We don't even know how this is all going to be implemented for Lunic, so we can't say exactly what the price will be and what I believe the price will be. But I thought we would see a pump when we did see that this was going to pass. Now, when it actually passes, we should see a massive pump, um, because obviously we know how that's going to affect. But I don't want to see this new proposal that has come through as something that kind of takes away from what we have here, what we built here, with a 1.2% that's going to be burning off. Do you still have Shiba burn token? Are you still burning Shiba? So, yes, I still have Shiba burn token. I realize that they're doing, I don't know what this new person is doing. And this is what I fear the most, right? When you have cryptocurrencies, things change, right? Um, People are transparent in the beginning, and I don't know who controls that now. I don't know if it's this new person, Hiroshi or something. I don't know his name, um, but I think that's it. I don't know what it is, but it's some new person, and they are less transparent. I noticed this to where I was not getting any responses, was not getting any type of information, was not getting any burns, and it just didn't really line up with me well. And I think all of this came from what was happening with Shiba Inu, right? Because Shiba Inu, um, they don't like to take on any type of projects, whether it's the Let It Burn channel, the coffee channel, or the coffee company, or Shib Superstore, or Shib Burn Tube, right? They don't like to bring on anybody. And the fact that they will call someone a scam before they even establish themselves, it kind of hurts, right? It hurts a lot of people. So then you decide to give up. And that's basically what happened. So I'm still holding that 2 trillion in there. Again, I was given 1 trillion and then I bought 1 trillion at $500 and I'm letting it sit in there because I'm not doing anything with it and I don't even know how much it's worth, if it's worth anything, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to, since I do hold 1 trillion or 2 trillion, I'm not going to derail anybody's investment if they decide to sell in any case. So yes, I'm still holding it. I'm not doing anything with it, and I will never do anything with it. Um, when it comes to me burning, yes, I just put out a burn video. Yesterday, I've been putting out maybe 1 or 2 burn videos a day on the Let It Burn channel. And I put out one talking about the revenue for May and how much we will be burning off on the 22nd, as well as what the revenue looks like this month, and also how many members we have and all that detail. So if you want to go and check that out, the Let It Burn channel is still up. We're still burning. Um, and the only thing that's different there is I can't do the 24-hour live streams because my computer broke down, my other computer that I was using for that. And that's probably the reason, is because it was running 24/7. Um, and I've had it for a long time. It was an old computer. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. I do want to make sure that we can burn off, thousands of dollars worth of Shiba Inu um, in the coming, days and months and years and all that stuff. So um, yeah, I'm still burning. With a burn mechanism, can Luna reach 10 cents or $1? Yes. With a solid burn mechanism, yes. Is 2024 or 2025 a solid feasible target? I think yes. I think we could see that as a target to get to 1 cent. Understand that 1 cent is not impossible for Lunic. If you're talking about Shiba Inu, then I had 2026 in mind, but we have to see how Shibarium takes place and what happens there. But Lunic, yes, 2024, 2025 is possible. It's not impossible for it to get to 1 cent. Again, it's not. Um, yeah. All right, guys. When is Shibarium launching? That's very interesting. You're still going. Yay. No, I'm trying to end at the moment. I'm just reading some stuff. And one more question: how do you think we can assume that after tax from each transaction process? Wait, how do you think we can assume that after tax from each transaction process go live, we will see a decrease in of the price speculation deals? What? Sorry, you're saying after the transaction per each transaction, or after the tax from each transaction process goes live, will we will see a decrease of price speculation. Will we see a decrease of price speculation? I'm not sure I understand that, but I'm gonna say that we will see price we will have an increase in price speculation. I don't know what speculation deals, But a lot of people will predict where the price will go depending on where the market cap will be. So I will have a lot of speculation. We'll have a lot of um, speculation on what comes next because anything could be voted on and validators could say, you know what, that sounds interesting to me. I'm getting a cut of this deal. I'll take this. And that's what we're seeing now, right? They're putting things in validators' hands and saying that, yeah, this is, this percentage of the burn or certain amount will go towards the validators, give us some sort of a reward for being here. It's like, what? No. Bro, can I ask how about Dokwon? If they found out the scams he did, is the price of Luna will it come back? I'm not sure I understand the question. All right, guys, I have to get out of here. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. We will have more videos posted later, talking about Luna, talking about this overall process and this new um, proposal that we now have to focus on. Even though one hasn't fully passed yet, now we have this new proposal that it may end up being um, a problem, right? So, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at Perry8K. You can also follow the Let It Burn channel, the Luna Let It Burn channel, all of that stuff, and just find a way to burn off Luna, burn off Shiba Inu, increase your portfolios, better your life, be more financially free, all of that stuff, all that good stuff. But I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll catch you guys